We are back with another Premier League Gameweek 34 predictions video. We have some incredible matches going into this as well. We have Man City versus Aston Villa, and we have Liverpool versus Tottenham. Now those are some pretty solid ones, but bear in mind I'm making this video before Gameweek 33, so it might be mixed up a little bit, but you should probably understand. But as well, we are adding in forfeits for the predictions that I get right. So if I get one or two right, then you get to pick the forfeit. So make sure to comment down below the forfeit you want me to do, and the most liked one I will do. So let's get straight into it. We have Man City versus Aston Villa. This game's gonna be super good, so let's get started with Man City. They have been doing pretty decent this season. Their form has been pretty decent as well. Last game they played Crystal Palace and they won 5-2. Marmoush and Kevin De Bruyne, they balled out in that game. Very good performances, especially without Haaland. They found a way to score. Haaland has been kind of their main goal scorer in that team, but they're pushing for top 5 to secure that Champions League qualification. On to Aston Villa. They've been doing decent this season. Form-wise, they've been doing pretty good. Like last game they played Southampton and they won 3-0, but they would have played Newcastle by the time I post this, and the signings of Rashford and Asensio have been so key for them. They've came in clutch multiple times, but currently they are 7th place, so they could push for European football as well. And Watkins has not been in too good form as well. He's been lacking that goal scoring ability, and he hasn't been starting as well, which isn't too good. But my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Man City. Moving on to Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. This game could be pretty interesting. So let's get started with Arsenal. They have been pretty decent this season. Their form recently has been a little bit rough recently. Like last game we played Brentford and we drew 1-1. Marino has been quite a solid player up top for us. Like I did not expect them to get this many goals up top coming from a midfielder as well. It's pretty crazy. But we are out of the title race. I mean, it's like 13-point gap, so yeah, we're fully out of it. We just gotta focus on getting the top 4, just securing that. And Saka is back now as well, which is great for us. Now on to Crystal Palace. They've been doing pretty decent this season. Form-wise, they've been struggling a little bit. Last game they played Newcastle and they lost 5-0 to them. Coming into this game, it's going to be super tough, but they will have played Bournemouth by the time this video is up as well. So I would like to see as well Ismaila Sarr. He's been a player who has caught my eye as well. He's been doing very well for Crystal Palace. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Arsenal. Chelsea versus Everton. Now I think this game's going to be quite tight, so let's get started with Chelsea. They have been alright this season. Their form has been okay, but last game they played Ipswich and they actually drew 2-2. It was crazy because they were 2-0 down as well. Sancho was a player that chipped in with a goal. But overall, Chelsea, I would say they play pretty decent football, and they are also pushing for Europe. I believe they're in like 6th place when I'm recording this, so they need to win this game if they want to hold that pressure on Man City. We're in 5th, I believe, at the moment. Now on to Everton. They have been doing not too bad. Their form has been quite decent as well. Last game they got a huge win against Forest. They won 1-0. That was fully unexpected, but did not see it coming, but they just deserved it at the end of the day. They do play City before this video comes out, so we'll see how that goes. But David Moyes, this guy has fully turned around their form, and it's lovely to see. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Everton. Moving on to Wolves versus Leicester. This game's going to be pretty interesting. So let's get started with Wolves. They have been pretty decent this season. Form-wise, they've been doing quite well. Like last game they played Tottenham and they beat them 4-2. Was a huge result for Wolves for sure, because the way Wolves play, I just really enjoy watching them play. Cunha, as we all know, is one of they're key players, but he also wants to move away this summer from the club because he wants to win trophies, titles, and all that. That's one of his goals. So, I mean, it's kind of understandable, to be fair. But on to Leicester. They have not been the best this season form-wise. I mean, what can I say? It's not been good. Last game they played Brighton and they drew 2-2. Playing wise, I would say they're playing pretty decent from the last time I saw them play, but I do have a feeling Ruud van Nistelrooy might be getting a sack quite soon, especially since they're in the relegation zone right now. And if they manage to lose this game, then I think they might be confirmed relegated. So it's a must-win game for them to stay up, or even just try and stay up. Now my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Wolves. Moving on to Newcastle versus Ipswich. This game should go only one way. That's what I think, but let's get started with Newcastle. They've been very good this season. Form-wise, they've been phenomenal. Last game they played Crystal Palace and they won 5-0. That was crazy. Isak has been one of the best strikers in the world for, I mean, throughout the whole season. If we're being honest, he's been tearing it up. Their next game against Aston Villa, so it's going to be a very solid game to watch as well. Newcastle, they do play a mid block and they play very well, but also the counter is very dangerous with them, having Isak on the counter and also Gordon with his pace on the wing. So they're definitely a dangerous team, sitting in 3rd place right now when I'm recording this. And onto Ipswich, they have been doing not the best this season. They're actually at risk of relegation, which is obviously not good. Their form has not been the best as well, to be fair. Last game they played Chelsea and they drew 2-2. I would say that's a pretty decent result for them against Chelsea, but they need to not drop points anymore because they need to try and stay up, and Delap has been one of the key players in that team and he's on many clubs' radars, so I understand why, because he has that eye for goals. So my prediction is going to be a 4-1 win for Newcastle. Moving on to Brighton versus West Ham. This game could be quite a good one, so let's get started with Brighton. They have not been doing too bad this season. As we speak, they're actually sitting 10th place right now, and last game they played Leicester and they drew 2-2, which is not the best of result from Brighton, but João Pedro has been a pretty key player for them, being looked at by many clubs as well. I believe Liverpool were looking at him, as they kind of need a striker right now. But onto West Ham, they have not been doing the best, for being honest. I think currently they sit in 17th place, which is crazy. Form-wise, they've been struggling as well. Last game they played Liverpool and they lost 2-1, but they lost very late into that game. They could have gotten a draw, but Van Dijk came in with a late goal. And Kudus, I think he's most likely to be leaving the club in the summer as well. So that's another huge player which West Ham will obviously miss and offload. But my prediction is going to be a 2-0 win for Brighton. Moving on to Southampton versus Fulham now. This game should, personally, I think will go only one way. So let's get started with Southampton. They have not been too good this season. They've actually been horrible. Form-wise, it's been terrible. Last game they played Aston Villa and they lost 3-0, and they are confirmed relegated already, so basically they have nothing to play for. They have no pressure on them anymore, so it's just been a horrible season for them, unfortunately, but maybe we'll see them again in like 2 seasons time. Now on to Fulham. They've been pretty decent this season. Form-wise, it has been alright. Last game they played Bournemouth and they lost 1-0. That's a tough one, but currently they're sat in 9th place in the league and they still have to play Chelsea, which we will find out this upcoming weekend. And Muniz has been in some decent scoring form recently. Very underrated team, I would say Fulham is, especially in the mid-table area. It's very tight in that mid-table, like literally anyone could get 6th or 5th right now. So it's a battle from like 10th to like honestly to the top 3. 3rd and 10th, there's like a pretty close gap there. But my prediction is gonna be a 2-0 win for Fulham. Moving on to Bournemouth versus Manchester United. Now this game is going to be quite the solid one, so let's get started with Bournemouth. They've been doing pretty decent this season form wise. They've been doing not too bad as well. Last game they played Fulham and they won 1-0. Semenyo scoring the goal, but he's also been very good for them. He has everything in his locker. He has the goal scoring ability, he could assist. He's very physical as well on the wing. He has quite a bit of pace as well on him. So overall, fantastic winger. Another player I did not expect to adapt to the Premier League as fast as he has is Ivan Nilsson. He's been doing very, very well, and rumors are Andoni Iraola. He's been offered the Tottenham job, but rumors are he's gonna reject it as he wants to just push with Bournemouth into Europe, honestly. Now on to Manchester United. They're struggling a lot this season. Their form has not been good at all. Last game they played Newcastle, they got whooped 4-1. In that game, Xerxes went down, and we found out today that he is out for the season. So that means United fans, you're gonna have to be stuck with Højlund up top. And we know Højlund only has like 1 goal in 25 matches, so yikes. Now Bruno has been a very key player for Manchester United. Last time I saw a stat, has like 16 goals and 16 assists this season, so he's been kind of carrying you guys a little bit. Without him, I don't know where you would be though. Now my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Move on to Liverpool versus Tottenham. This game, it's going to be quite exciting, I would say. So let's get started with Liverpool. They've been doing very well this season. Form-wise, they've been on and off a bit. Last game, they played West Ham and they won 2-1. Now, they almost dropped points, but Van Dijk came in clutch. Salah has been putting up insane numbers as well this season, and they're only 3 points away from securing the title and lifting the trophy, because after they beat Leicester on Sunday, they basically just need 1 more win until they lift it. Now on to Tottenham. They're doing horrible this season. Their form has not been good at all, to be fair, because the last game they got cooked 4-2 by Wolves. Was not looking good in that match as well. But also they have another tough opponent in their next game, which is Nottingham Forest, which they will play before they play Liverpool. It's gonna be a tough one. The club has not been getting the results needed. Like, they are currently in 15th place, which is crazy. Like, Angie could be getting a sack if he loses the second leg of the Europa League. They're up against Frankfurt, and I mean, Frankfurt are a pretty good team, so they need to secure that Europa League like semi-final. If they don't, I think that's over for Angie. But my prediction is going to be a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Moving on to Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. Now this game could be a good one. So let's get started with Forest. They've been very good this season form-wise. They've been not the best recently. Like last game they played Everton, they actually lost 1-0. Now that game came out of nowhere. I thought they would win comfortably, but their next game they played Tottenham, which should be a win if we're being honest. But Forest have dropped to 4th as Newcastle have now bumped up to 3rd place. So they've taken that spot off of them, and form has to pick up for them if they want to just stay in the top 4 and secure that Champions League spot. So on to Brentford. They have been doing not too bad this season. Form-wise, it's been not too bad as well. Last game they played Arsenal. They managed to get a 1-1 draw, and Wissa is a player who's been very key for them this season. He got a goal in that match. He has been solid. Like, he has 29 matches played so far this season, 15 goals and 2 assists. Kind of reminds me a bit of Ivan Toney when he was at Brentford. Like, the numbers kind of remind me of him. Now currently they are set in 11th place, so they could possibly go up depending on if they beat Brighton in their next game, so in this upcoming weekend. So my prediction is going to be a 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like. Comment down below all your predictions as well. And comment down below what forfeit I should do if I get some of these predictions right. And don't forget to subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.